So guess who bought another box of books? Hey guys, it's Alex, and I am here with yet another book haul. As always, I got these used from various thrift stores, and I got them all fairly cheap, none more than a couple of dollars. First, I picked up Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I own a couple of Agatha Christie books already, although I haven't actually read any of them yet, but I figured this would be a good one to start with since there is a movie tie-in, and usually when there's a movie tie-in like this, it means this is one of the more accessible ones, so I just feel like this is a solid place to start with her. I also picked up this absolutely gorgeous edition of The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann. This is a German classic, and I didn't really have any plans to read this book, but it's so unbelievably gorgeous. This is lovely, and it's in pristine condition, and I got it for $3, and I'm so happy. And I did say no to the Great Expectations that was in this same edition because I already have a copy of that, so you should be proud of me, and that makes it okay that I bought this. And I picked up 3 books from an author that I keep hearing about on BookTube, and they are The Lady of the Rivers by Philippa Gregory, The Boleyn Inheritance by Philippa Gregory, and The Virgin's Lover by Philippa Gregory. I just randomly came across these books, and I know a lot of people have read and hyped her books across BookTube. Over the past few months, I've noticed numerous people saying she's great, and I do want to try some more adult historical fiction. That's not a genre I've really delved into very much, so I'm hoping this is a good place to start. I also don't know what order to read her books in. She's written so many that obviously I don't really plan to read all of them. But she has various series, at least so it seems, that might be centered around the same characters or be important to read in order. If you know how to read these books, please let me know down in the comments because I grabbed these 3 and I don't know if they're a series, if I need to read other books before I read these. I don't know. I just picked them up randomly. I also got The Devil in the White City by Erik Larson. This is about the serial killer who was operating in and around the World Fair in Chicago, I believe. I don't really know anything about this book. I'm not particularly interested in the subject matter, but I absolutely love Erik Larson's other book, In the Garden of Beasts, which is about Nazi Germany, and I really like his writing style, so I'm hoping I will also enjoy this. I always love picking up nonfiction. This book is just in perfect condition. I got this used and there's not a bent corner anywhere, which is really impressive. And this is one that I keep seeing around BookTube everywhere. Everyone who likes contemporary YA is reading it, and that is A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. I don't know if I really plan to read the whole series. There are 3 books, I think there are more coming, but I do want to give it a go. I like Sherlock Holmes retellings. I really do. I've never read the originals, but for whatever reason, I just really like Sherlock Holmes retelling, so I'm hoping I'll like this. And I also got The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. Josh over at Beards and Books talks about this all the time, I think. It's one of his top books of the year so far, I think. I don't remember. I know he's talked about it a lot, and he's recommended it a lot, so I saw it at the thrift store, so I picked it up, and hopefully I will enjoy it. It looks really interesting. And I got Sweet Valley Confidential by Francine Pascal. I did unhaul all my Sweet Valley books earlier this year, earlier in the summer. I don't really plan on keeping this one, but my library doesn't have it, and this is Sweet Valley 10 years later when they're all adults, and that's just I want to read this. I really want to read this. I know it's I'm not gonna love it probably, but it's gonna make me happy to read it, and I'm sure my library doesn't have it because they don't have most of these books, so I'm probably gonna read it, enjoy it, and then unhaul it, but I was really happy. For $1, this is happiness for $1. And I have Killer by Sarah Shepard. This is one of the Pretty Little Liars books. I don't remember which one it is. I have the first 7, I believe, at this point. Or 7 of the first 8. Because they're told in 4 book cycles. And I want to collect the first 8 and then maybe see if my library has the second half. But I do want to read these at some point, so yeah. The Ladies Gallery by Irene Villar. This is a story about a Puerto Rican woman who is the granddaughter of Lolita Lebron, who fought for Puerto Rican independence. This is nonfiction, this is her memoir, and it deals a lot with Puerto Rican independence and mental health issues. I don't know much about it, but I do tend to, when I see memoirs, I grab them if they look even vaguely interesting, and this really does. The World According to Garp by John Irving. I have a prayer for Owen Meany. I plan on reading that, and I want to give John Irving at least a second go, just because he's John Irving. I hear so much about him, and he sounds really good. Like, people love him, and I'm hoping I will as well. So I just decided to pick it up. Why not? I have no idea what it's about. I don't even think I read the back. I just saw John Irving and grabbed it. Should have grabbed these earlier, but I have Wicked and Heartless, also by Sarah Shepard, in The Pretty Little Liars. So I think these are both in the second cycle, so these are somewhere between books 5 and 8. The Deep End of the Ocean by Jacqueline Mitchard. This is about a woman whose 3-year-old son went missing, and I think years and years went by without any sign of him. They don't know what happened, they don't know if he's dead or alive, and then I think at some point, years later, they find something that he might be alive after she's like sort of moved on and accepted his death. I don't know much about it. It looked really interesting, and it's been like a month since I picked this up. So it's a hardback, and usually I don't get hardbacks because they're slightly more expensive unless I really want them. So like at the time must have been really into this book, but it does sound very interesting. And the last book I picked up in this haul is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I don't know why I didn't own Jane Eyre prior to now. It's one I've wanted to read for quite a long time. I'm not usually big on like the Brontes or Jane Austen, but I do want to like give them all a go. I want to read Wuthering Heights, I want to read Jane Eyre, I want to reread some more of Jane Austen stuff just to like try, just to make sure like it's not my thing and it wasn't just a me in high school thing. But this is one I've never picked up. It's the mass market paperback Barnes & Noble Classics edition, which I'm not the biggest fan of because it just makes this book look massive and intimidating, but I do like that I have a few like it and it will match on my shelf. Those were all the books I picked up over the course of several weeks or months. I'm hoping months, but probably weeks. And I promise I will try to stop buying books, although I do have one more haul coming up. I don't know when I'm going to be posting it just because filming and editing hauls is a lot. But it's my 5-cent book haul. Leave me a comment down below if you've read any of these books or heard of any of these books, because a lot of them I just do sort of randomly pick up as I go through. And as always, thank you for watching and commenting. Your support means the world to me, and I love interacting with you guys so much. I will see you again soon. Bye!